the best state of well-being. The idea of achieving the best state of well-being is an elusive one, but it is possible with the right approach. In order to start, you need to identify what brings you happiness and associate those things with positive emotions. Once that's done, it becomes easier to maintain those feelings day to day by creating goals that are aligned with your personal values and plans for success. Additionally, it helps to keep a positive perspective on life by practicing mindfulness meditation or yoga daily. This can help you focus on the present moment and eliminate negative thought patterns from your mind. And lastly, make sure to socialize regularly, both within yourself and beyond, in order not to dwell too much on stressors or dark thoughts. 5 reasons why self-awareness is important. There are many great ways of improving yourself. One of these ways is to look for the positive attributes you possess and appreciate that part of you. Another important way of becoming a better person is by acknowledging your weaknesses and actively working on improving. These 2 methods of self-improvement define what it means to be self-aware. Being self-aware can help you relate well with people and increase your ability to achieve your goals. These are not the only benefits of self-awareness, however. Here are some more reasons why it is important to be self-aware. Increases your social abilities. Human beings are social beings who thrive on relationships. People who are self-aware are very successful when creating relationships. This is because they are able to realize exactly what they want in each person they meet. That certainty comes from knowing one's own abilities and challenges. Self-awareness also promotes emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence helps us relate to the feelings of other people. Lacking this skill can leave us in conflicts with others. The best way to improve your level of emotional intelligence is by learning your own emotional patterns. Promotes versatility and open-mindedness. Knowing yourself can be very crucial to affecting the approach that you have to issues. Self-awareness in itself is the ability to actively seek to listen to the body and mind to know your natural response to change. This consciousness can thus help you have a clear focus when dealing with issues. You are also able to accept opinions, feedback, and criticism from other people without being subjective. Ultimately, you are able to have multiple solutions to a single problem. Promotes productivity. People who are self-aware are fast thinkers. They understand themselves and are able to focus on the challenges of the day without hindrances. Without understanding yourself, there is a big challenge where you are held back by uncertainty. This results in time wastage caused by pondering over many different courses of action even when a swift decision is needed. Improves leadership skills. One of the most important attributes of a good leader is swift decision-making. A leader should also be impartial and confident. All these are things that we gain by becoming self-aware. Knowing yourself removes internal fear and you are able to focus on important matters. Another best way to improve your leadership skills is by studying and practicing different models of effective leadership. This can include reading books, watching videos, or attending workshops on the subject. Additionally, you may want to participate in coaching programs that help you develop specific skills for leading a team. You also need to be cognizant of your own strengths and weaknesses when it comes to being a good leader. Begin by understanding where you are strongest and weakest as far as decision-making is concerned. Once you have identified these areas, make sure to practice developing those skills so that they become habituated over time. Also, keep in mind that effective leadership isn't just about having knowledge, it's also about putting that knowledge into action. Promotes overall objectivity. Being self-aware promotes objectivity. People who are self-aware are also self-confident. This means that they can easily make decisions without being clouded by poor judgment. When it comes to writing, journalists and content writers are often told to aim for neutrality. However, this is a difficult goal to achieve and sometimes goes out of the way in order to present a particular viewpoint. When aiming for neutrality, be sure that your language is accurate and free from bias. Also avoid using words or phrases that could be seen as biased, such as expert, enthusiast, or fanatic. When fact-checking information, always seek confirmation from multiple sources rather than relying on only one source. And finally, when conveying an opinion, make sure you back up your claims with evidence. This will help people understand why you have the perspective that you do and may even lead them toward accepting it instead of rejecting it outright. 5 tips to avoid being negative. Everyone does get negative at some point in his or her life. Whether it is at work or home, negative situations happen almost all the time. It is rather unfortunate that we cannot avoid them and thus beg the question of how can we change these negative thoughts into positive ones. It is important to be positive in adverse situations, even though it might sound hard or rather impossible. It is very much possible to stay positive no matter the situation. Learning the power of positive thinking assists us to remain in a positive state of mind even in the midst of a tragedy. Additionally, knowing how to convert that negative energy into positive energy can lead to a healthy and comfortable lifestyle. How to avoid being negative. I have come up with 5 ways of how you can avoid being negative, and when you put these 5 key points in mind, you will be cheerful and even see some light of positivity in any situation that you may encounter. The best way to avoid being negative is by setting goals and focusing on what you want your life to look like. Then, work towards achieving those goals one step at a time. You'll be amazed at how much easier it becomes when you don't constantly dwell on the things that are preventing you from reaching your dreams. Bring yourself up when necessary and try to stay optimistic, but also realistic in your expectations. Keep a positive attitude and focus on moving forward instead of dwelling on past failures or disappointments. Stay around positive people. Hanging out with positive people will certainly help you stay positive. You should avoid negative people because they will only rub off their negativity on you. They will bring you down from trying to achieve positivity to being a cynical person once more. Remind yourself what you are grateful for. In negative situations, we tend to find ourselves thinking of the good things in our lives. You should voice those good thoughts and practice gratitude. Develop a culture of talking about the good things that happen to you other than focusing on the bad ones. Also, it is ideal to keep a journal of all the good things that you have done on a daily basis. Acknowledging what you are grateful and thankful for will help you nurture a grateful heart and mind, even in adverse situations. Own up to your mistakes. If you mess up, take responsibility. If you do something good, reward yourself. Do not blame other people for things that are your fault. This only brings negative energy towards you by thinking all the negative things about that situation. Instead, accept the situation as it is and move on with life. Avoid drama in your life. Drama is an unfortunate and nasty characteristic to have. Part of avoiding drama is preventing dramatic people. Avert the gossip at all costs. It will do you no good and only helps to spread negativity. Be kind to people. By being kind, you will not have time for negative thoughts. Do various acts of kindness every day. This will keep you in a happy spirit. Besides, karma will also pay you back handsomely for your kind deeds. Conclusion. Negativity is everywhere, heck even at weddings, days that are considered to be the happiest days in a person's life. You will most likely find a few negative people there. It is important to transform yourself into a positive thinker since you will end up living a happy and healthy life. So be positive, and life will be positive with you. Embrace and just be yourself. Fears, doubts, and insecurities are all around us, outside and inside of us. Sometimes it may even seem easier to just want to be someone else as we wrap ourselves up in these negative feelings. The grass may appear much greener on the other side based on our perceptions and ideas, which may or may not be slanted in the right direction, based on the past or current experiences we have had. The reality is often the exact opposite, and others are more afraid than we are. What if the person you think has everything going for them looks in the mirror and hates the way they smile, or how large they think their eyes are? What if everyone else in their family has brown eyes and they are made to feel out of place for having blue ones? If the messages they have heard from family, friends, or loved ones have always been negative regarding a certain characteristic or feature, their self-esteem will have taken solid hits from that. It's comical how others are envied for superficial beauty, wealth, or relationships that people would fight to trade places with them because many of them are looking at us and thinking the same thing. You appear as the smartest person around and they wish they had the same people or conversation skills that you do. That feeling of quiet desperation to be someone else results in a lack of confidence, low self-esteem, and any hope that we can ever improve our situations in life.